Hi again guys, back with another unboxing. This is once again from my latest order from cubes.com, CUBEZZ. So the next one, if I can get it out of the box, is this monstrosity. I'm sure you can see from the box what kind of puzzle it is, but you might not be able to tell which size it is. This is the Shengshou 9x9x9. This is a big puzzle. Not surprising, obviously, but I know this has been out for a while now, but I haven't got around to getting one before yet. So I decided it was time to correct that. So as usual, it comes in this little cellophane wrapper, and I have no doubt that it'll be covered in lube as well. Yep. So let's get it out of this and give it a wipe down. Oh well, that's really loose. Oh my god. Excellent. I'm wondering if something is actually broken there, the way that was come out of the packet there. Oh, not what you want. There's a lot of assembly ahead. And I wonder if something is broken because of the centres. Yeah, I've got a broken core, that's the problem there. The core is completely snapped in half. So obviously I've got to get onto the sellers and get a replacement sent, because yeah. Then I will continue this video once I've got the replacement one. Very disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, I'll see you next time. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks and my replacement 9x9 has arrived. Unfortunately I can't do an unboxing because, well, I did record one but managed to delete the footage unfortunately by accident, so I can't actually show you the unboxing, but here it is anyway. I just wanted to pause the video at this point and add a little something that I didn't say in the original recording, just to add that the service for the replacement of the puzzle from cubes.com is excellent. There was no quibble, no qualms. They sent a new one out without any problem whatsoever. They didn't make me jump through any hoops whatsoever. They immediately said that yes, they will send me a new puzzle, and they're very, very sorry for the broken one. I've also kept all the pieces from the other one. They did originally say that they were going to send me a replacement core as well, but that didn't arrive in the package, but I'm not too concerned about that really. I mean, it would have been nice to get it, because then I would have had two 9x9s for the price of one. So what I've done is I've ordered a replacement core from the Cubicle, which is the only place I could find that sells them in the US, which will arrive hopefully within the next couple of weeks. That cost me $10, so essentially I'm getting a replacement. I've got a replacement cube, and I'm getting another one for $10. So yeah, that works out okay. So yeah, back to the original video. It feels quite good. It's straight out of the box. It had the usual lube all over it. Right, I had to be wiped off, but the turning quality feels quite good. So yeah, I think I'll just give it a scramble, and as I normally do, and then I'll go away and solve it and give you my thoughts. It feels pretty good so far. It's very heavy, and like all these big puzzles, it feels like it can use a little bit of breaking in, but that's to be expected. I mean, there's going to be minor imperfections in the moulding process on all puzzles, and that does mean that breaking in is going to be required. I mean, breaking in basically is just kind of wearing the pieces so that they move past each other a bit easier. It's like the old way of breaking in a new engine, actually. You know, you had to kind of get the pieces to have, as I said, you know, there's going to be imperfections, and it basically wears a shape for that imperfection in adjacent pieces, and once you do that,
things turn better. And plus, if there's any little bits of flashing left behind, then it wears those off as well, hopefully. Just in case you're not aware, I don't think it's obvious, people talk about flashing quite regularly, but flashing is just the little pieces of plastic that remain from the injection moulding process. Have you ever made like an Airfix model plane kit, something like that? You know, the pieces are all stuck to sheets, all joined together as one. You have to kind of break them all apart. Well, that's how the pieces of these come out as well. So when they're taken apart, you can have a little bit of the kind of frame for the puzzle left over afterwards. So if they're not really careful. So that's basically all the flashing is. Okay then, so that's it scrambled. I do think these things look really good scrambled. I do love the way they look. And so yeah, I'll go away, give it a quick solve, and I'll get back to you when I've done so. Alright, so the 9x9 is solved again now, as you can see. Nothing new challenge-wise, obviously, compared to other high-order cubes. But obviously I knew that was going to be the case before I started. A couple of small issues. The centre layers have got a little bit of catchiness. I think it might be a bit of due to tensions. It feels a little bit loose at times. But there, you can see that there was a slight catch there, and you can see actually that this centrepiece here wants to pop out. There might be a little bit of flash in there, and it might break in with a couple more solves. I'm not sure, but I might have to end up popping that out and see if I can got a bit of flash in there or something that needs to come off. Because there's a couple of these. It's always the slices alongside the centre layer that are catching every time, and it does it in. You can hear the difference. There's a kind of grating, grinding sound there. I don't know if it's picked up on the camera. I mean, obviously you've got the turning sound everywhere, but it's just an extra sound there, and you can actually feel it, kind of a bumpiness there as well. I don't know if this is the case with all 9x9s, or whether I've just got a random, slightly unlucky one. But I might try to play with the tensions and see if I can sort that out, although I'm a bit loath to do, because I ended up with the 8x8 when I retensioned that, taking the whole thing apart and reassembling it again, which I really don't want to do. It's not that bad. It's not. I don't think it's enough to make it really need that, but it's enough to be just slightly annoying. So my gushing praise earlier has been a little bit kind of wiped out from what I first thought of it. However, you're not actually seeing that because of my problem with deleting some of my footage I mentioned a little earlier. But still, yeah, it's still a nice puzzle. It turns well. Most part, it's there's no popping issues or anything like that. It corner cuts reasonably well for such a large, complex puzzle. As you can see, I can do a cubie there without any problem whatsoever. But you don't want to do much more than that, because you will start popping pieces out if you try and do any more than that on more than one layer. But you know, it's more than enough for solving one of these large order puzzles. It means you don't have to have everything perfectly lined up. You can see there, you can get things quite twisted. Just wiggle it a bit and it will turn without a problem. So you know, it does everything you could ever want it to need, ever need it to, in terms of being able to solve it. So that's pretty good. So yeah, it's quite an expensive puzzle. So I think you'd only ever get one of these if it's something that really interests you. It's very big, very heavy. I've got very large hands, as I think I probably mentioned before, so it probably looks a bit smaller than it really is in comparison to my hands. But it's a heavy puzzle to hold and solve for a long period of time. But yeah, it's great quality and great value for money, I think, when you consider the number of parts and the complexity. I mean, just the number of hours it would take to put this thing together is, you know, a big contribution towards the cost of the thing, I think. But yeah, it's great quality, really is. Other than that slight turning issue, I've got no complaints about it whatsoever. Alright then guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.